Hello, and thank you for your interest in the Phoenix College Phlebotomy program. This video will help ensure you have all the proper forms completed as well as documentation collected and formatted to complete your online application. Now, while there is a lot of documentation and work to do before starting, preparing everything in advance will make the application process much easier and helps ensure you do not have any errors or omission that would delay or reject your application. Make sure you use the provided sample phlebotomy checklist available on the website for reference. Here is what you need. You will need a copy of your high school diploma or GED. This does not have to be an official mailed copy. Your unofficial college transcript showing completion of prerequisite coursework HCC 130 and HCC 145 AA, or a written waiver from your program director. Note that a 3-credit HCC 145 or a 2-credit HCC 146 course can serve as a substitute for the required HCC 145 AA. You need your health and safety documentation form with copies of actual immunization records or laboratory titer results. A titer is a blood test used to prove immunity. Now, the items needed include proof of 2 MMR vaccinations or positive titer results for measles, mumps, and rubella. All 3 titer results must say positive or immune. If a titer result indicates negative, non-immune, or equivocal, then you must receive 2 MMR vaccinations. Proof of 2 varicella vaccinations or positive varicella titer result is also needed. History of chickenpox is not sufficient. The titer result must be IgG. An IgM titer is not correct. The titer result must say positive or immune. If a titer result indicates negative, non-immune, or equivocal, then you must receive 2 varicella vaccinations. You will also need proof of tetanus, TD, or Tdap vaccination within the last 10 years. Additionally, proof of 2 negative tuberculosis skin tests within the last year or a negative chest X-ray within the last year. This is very important, and many students do not complete this step correctly. Note that you must have 2 negative TB skin tests within the last year. If you have received an annual TB skin test, then you need to submit proof of the previous year's skin test in addition to the current year's test. You will also need proof of 3 hepatitis B vaccinations or a positive titer result for hepatitis B, or you can fill out a hepatitis B vaccination declination form. Remember, at the bottom of the health and safety documentation form, the health declaration statement must be signed by an MD, medical doctor, a DO, doctor of osteopathy, an NP, nurse practitioner, or a PA, physician's assistant. This must have been signed and dated within the last 6 months. You will also need to provide a copy of the front and back of your current CPR card for healthcare provider through an American Heart Association approved training. The CPR card must expressly state BLS level, healthcare provider, or the new cards now say BLS for healthcare provider on the card. If the CPR card only says AED and CPR, then the training is not at the correct level. Also, a completely online CPR training is not sufficient. The training must have a hands-on component to it. Note that you must have signed the back of the CPR card, and the certification must be valid through the duration of the program. You will also need a copy of the front and back of your current Arizona Department of Public Safety Level 1 Fingerprint Clearance Card. Applications can be obtained from advisement. Once you submit your application, it will take 6 to 8 weeks to obtain the card from the Department of Public Safety. The dates of the card must be valid through the duration of the program. A standard background fingerprint clearance may not be acceptable for the application, so verify that your clearance card meets the requirements of the Level 1 Fingerprint Clearance Card. So, let's now look at some of the common questions that students have in completing the application process. If you have only applied for your fingerprint clearance card, but you do not yet have the actual card, or you are still in progress with your prerequisite courses, you may apply to the program. However, applications are evaluated for completeness, so applications in which all required items are completed by the submission deadline will be accepted over applications in which items are missing or incomplete. Filling out the health and safety documentation form does not constitute proof of immunizations. A copy of your actual test results or medical record supporting the dates that are written on your health and safety documentation form is required. Again, this includes MMR, varicella, tetanus, Hep B, and tuberculosis skin testing. For the online application, remember that all documents need to be ready for upload as a PDF, JPEG, or other format. You can only attach one file per upload, so multi-page documents need to be combined to a single file. So now that you have everything ready, you are probably wondering about the process. After the submission deadline, all applications are reviewed by the Application Review Committee. The most complete applications will be accepted for admission to the program. 2 to 4 weeks after the submission deadline, all applicants are notified of their status, whether accepted or not accepted. If you are accepted, you will be given further information about registering for the program courses.